The next part is calculation of probability of occurrence of a particular value for a variable, right? So here the variable is height in inches. So what is the probability that x is going to have a particular value? That can be definitely found out from a frequency distribution table. Now, we have an understanding of relative frequency. What is relative frequency? Relative frequency is given by the frequency of that particular bin divided by the total frequency, that is summation of f that we have got. So that gives you the relative frequency. So the relative frequency is of this bin 60, we have it as 2 by 110. That of 61 we have it as 10 by 110. That for 62 we have it as 15 by 110. That for 63 we have it as 29 by 110. That for 64 we have it as 25 by 110. That for 65 we have it as 12 by 110. That for 66 we have it as 10 by 110. That for 67 we have it as 4 by 110. And that for 68 we have it as 3 by 110, right? And each of these relative frequencies is actually the probability that the value x is going to take up here, right? So x will, what is the probability that x can have a value of 60? It is 2 by 110. What is the value probability that x is going to take a value of 65, right? What is the probability that x can take a value of 65, that the height of a student can be 65 inches? It is 12 by 110. What is the probability that the height of a student can be 68 inches? It is 3 by 110. So this is definitely a measure of probability that we are having. It is a measure of probability. Now, if the question comes, what is the probability that the value of x will be strictly less than 62? It will be strictly less than 62. So definitely we have two favorable cases here: probability that x is equal to 60 and probability x is equal to 61. So we will be actually getting probability of x is equal to 60 plus probability of x is equal to 61, giving us the probability that the value of x will be something less than 62. So if we are picking up any boy at random from the school, what is the probability that his height will be less than 62 inches? So that is 2 by 110 plus 10 by 110. So that's equal to 12 by 110. That's equal to 12 by 110. So this will be actually coming to 0.109. So it will be coming around to 0.109. So this is actually the probability. It's around 10.9% that we are going to have. The 10.9% chance is there that if we are picking up any student at random, his height is going to be less than 62 inches. Now we take another problem, right? What is the probability that the value of x, if we are picking up a boy at random, what is the probability that the height of that particular student will be greater than 64 inches? It will be greater than 64 inches, or say let's take it as 65 inches. It is greater than 65 inches, strictly greater than 65 inches. So we have three favorable cases here. When probability is x is equal to 66, when the boy is having a height of 67, right? He can have a height of 67. So x can be 66, x can be 67, and probability of x is equal to 68, right? So we have the value to be 10 by 110 plus 4 by 110 plus 3 by 110 coming to be 17 by 110. Coming to be 17 by 110. That is actually the value that we are going to have, and 17 by 110 will be around 0.1545 or 155, we can take it roughly, so it is about 15.5%. so the chance that you have, so here it is, we say it is 10.9% chance is there that the height of that particular boy is less than 62 inches, and here we have 15.5% chance that the height of the boy will be something greater than 65 inches. Now if we have the second case, so this was the first case, this was the second case, and now if we take the third case here, if we consider, now what is the probability that the value of x will actually lie between 66 and 64? It will be strictly lying between 66 and 64. It will be strictly lying between 66 and 64. So it is probability of x is equal to 64 plus probability of x is equal to 65 plus probability of x is equal to 66. So this will actually give us the value. Probability of x is equal to 64, we have got it as 25 by 110. Probability that x is equal to 65, we got the value to be 12 by 110, and that is from the relative frequency. And probability that it is equal to 66 will once again give us 10 by 110. Probability is nothing but, when we talk about probability, probability is given by number of favorable cases by the total number of outcomes, right? By the total number of cases. So here we have the total number of cases to be 110 and number of favorable cases which we are having accordingly. So that gives the probability of occurrence of any particular event, right? So that relative frequency is actually a measure of the probability. It is the measure of the probability that we are having. So here we have it as 37 plus 10, 47. 47 divided by 110, so the value will be equal to 0.427, which we are going to get 42727 we have, or 42735 if I take it. So the value will be around 42.73%. So there is 42.73% chance that if you are picking up a boy at random from the school, his height will fall in the range between 64 inches and 66 inches. That completes this part, what we have covered in the class today. Thank you.